Hello wonderful people of the internet, my name is Caroline Kihugu. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you my friend for coming back. Today I would like to talk about friendship, and I feel like friendship were much easier as children. They were much easier as teenagers, unlike when you're an adult, because there is too much to figure out. You know, when you were kids, we only needed somebody to play with. We only needed somebody to watch movies with. And you know, childhood friendship were weird. Like, if I do not talk to you, if I do not talk to somebody, then you as my friend, you're not supposed to talk to that person. And if you do, then we are not friends anymore. And I wish friendship were that easy, even as adults. But now as adults, there are so many factors to figure out. There are factors about job, how busy people are, distance and all that. You know, I feel like right now I can only count like a few people apart from my family. I think there are few people I can count as friends. And as kids, without anybody I play with or I talk to is my friend, is my best friend. But then now as adults, we know better. And I feel like in the history of friendship, the age where you are still in your career path is the most difficult age to make friends, because you're either working, you're either starting families and all that. And you have to find all these person. I'm not one person who easily make friends. I'm the kind that try as much as I can to retain the friends I have. Like, I have at least 2 friends from my childhood, and we don't talk as much, but then I know I can count on these people. I have one from college, and I feel like, yes, we don't talk as much, but then whenever we talk, she's somebody I can rely on. And when they need my help and I'm in a position to help, I believe I can help them out. And I've been thinking about this friendship thing, and I thought, at what point do I consider you my friend? Before I knew everybody I talk to, everybody I know, and we are in talking mode, is definitely my friend. But then as I grow old, I have to understand and accept that I can know you for years, but we are not friends. I can know you for so long, we communicate, we work very well, but then we are not friends. So I was thinking, at what point do I consider you my friend? And like today, I was thinking about, if I was to succeed and make a milestone in my business today, who are the people I would call, other than my family members? Who are the other people I would call to celebrate my milestone with? And I realized there are not as many, because not as many are there in my journey. Not many understand me and my struggle. So the same, if I was in a problem today, not necessarily in a financial crisis, but then if I needed somebody to talk to today, how many people would I call and they respond at the middle of the night, and they cry with me and they laugh with me? There are not so many people. And this taught me a lot. Like, I do not have to call everybody I know my friend. The few people who would come celebrate the milestone with me, the few people who would cry with me in my distress, are very few. And what friendship has taught me as an adult is, friendships need a lot of compromise. Like, we will not agree on everything, but then we will have to find a balance. We will have to compromise at some things. We will compromise on things because we know these things make the other person happier. Something makes us happier, so the other person will have to compromise. And I believe even in romantic relationships, you will have to compromise. So the same way you will have to compromise for intimate relationships, friendship also need you to compromise. Something else I learned about adulthood friendship is you will have to speak up when you are wronged. And this is something I struggle a lot with, because I am not one person who speaks my mind whenever you've wronged me, but instead I just withdraw. Like, we will be okay today, but then something you just say and triggers me will literally make me withdraw. In as much as I like you and I cheer you on, but then if you hurt me, I have been withdrawing without really speaking my mind, which I am trying my best to change if I want relationships to work. And especially being somebody who do not know how to make friendships a lot, I need to learn this. And I know that I've improved a lot. I know that I'm improving, and I'm learning to speak up whenever I've been wronged. I'm in a more respectful way, other than just withdrawing. But then it also depends with the kind of person I'm trying to fix the relationship with, because sometimes even the other person does not want to fix it. I hope it makes sense. And the vice versa of this is apologizing when you've wronged the other person. Like, so many people are so quick to point out mistakes, yet they do not accept their own mistakes. And especially if you have a manipulative friend or a narcissistic friend, they will do anything possible to just pin the mistake on you. But then something about adulthood friendship is you have to accept your mistakes and apologize for the mistakes. You don't have to be right all the time. Like, you can be perfect out there, you can paint a perfect image out there, but then you do not have to be perfect with your friends. Like, you are all group of friends, so it's not a competition at this point. These are yourself. These are the people who makes you feel safe around. So you do not have to keep pretending to be okay all the time. You do not have to always be the one to say things. Sometimes you will have to listen, and if you've wronged, say sorry. Which will not mean that you are lesser being. Something else you will have to do as an adult to make this friendship work is about respecting your friends' space. This could be their work, it could be their personal life, and most of the time we feel entitled to what our friend is doing or how our friends are living, to a point that sometimes we do not even understand what they do. Like, for example, let me say, like, for example, my space, this space, being a content creator, maybe my friend does not understand what it entails, and they do not want to learn about my life. And maybe the other person does teaching, is a doctor, and since I do not know how doctors behave, since I do not know how doctors live their lives, I do not have to impose things onto them. I do not have to make them feel bad for being in that space. I have to learn that, it's okay. You are a doctor, that's what makes you happy. Then you also have to understand that maybe I'm a content creator, and that's what makes me happy, and that's what is maybe paying my bills. So respect other people's space, which brings me to the next point about boundaries. To what point do I let you in as a friend? To what point do I come in your life as a friend? Like, so many people feel entitled to how their friends live. So many people feel entitled to who their friends date, unless it is a toxic relationship and you feel like, I will not let my girl go through that, or even if they are going through that, I will go through that with them. But then I feel like we have to set boundaries to the point that this is my man, this is my woman, you are my friend, but then in as much as you're my friend, you have to respect my man, or you have to respect my woman. And it should not be debatable, because the both of you are important in my life. The both of you should respect each other. The same happens to setting boundaries in terms of with my finances and the rest, which brings me to the next point about paying back the money after you borrow it. And I know we lose the relationships because we borrow money and we do not pay back. It's okay if you are not in a position to pay at that time, but then let them know that you still think about it and you intend to pay back. So many relationships have been broken because we borrow money and we do not pay back. Something else I've learned as an adult about friendship is that, okay, at some point we lose friends, and it's okay if relationships come to an end. Every relationship has a purpose, and maybe the purpose was to take me through high school, maybe the purpose was to take me through primary school, maybe the purpose was to take me through a certain career path, and maybe after that we are not compatible to be in the same journey again, and maybe we cannot be friends again after that. Maybe we are people, okay, we might remain as people who know each other and people who are in good communication, but then it's okay if you do not see yourself as friends anymore. It doesn't have to end badly. Sometimes relationships just end, but then it doesn't have to end badly. Like, we don't have to be enemies just because that particular reason, that particular space, that particular thing that bonded us or made us friends has ended. We might not be friends anymore, but then we do not have to be enemies. Something else about adulthood friendship is you have to make an effort for the other person. Like, I don't have to be the friend who always knows about you, but then you do not know anything about me. Doesn't make sense. Why should I be the one to always come in for you, yet you are never there for me? You have to make effort. And if you do not make effort, then slowly by slowly this friendship ends. Either you want it to work so hard, so much, but then at some point, if you do not make the effort, then the person making the effort will feel, you know what, maybe I just need to pull back a little and see if this person really cares about me. And if they don't care, sometimes we just pull back, but then they don't even realize that we've pulled back. That's when you realize that I was just there for that person because I served a certain reason, a certain purpose, but then I was not with them because they chose me. Which brings me to the next point. Choose each other. You have to choose the people who choose you. You do not want to be around people who only call you whenever they are bored and they do not have somebody else to talk to you. You do not want to be a punching bag for everything wrong happening to them, yet whenever they are happy, they never call you back. They never call you to celebrate with them. So you always have to choose people who choose you. Something else is about respect. You have to be around people who respect you, people who will not go calling you all sort of names, people who will tarnish your name whenever they feel like. You need to choose people who respect you because they know your worth and because they respect you generally. Something else is about trust. You can't be around people who do not trust you. You can't be around people who always sees you as a suspect. If you feel you cannot trust somebody, then I do not see the need to keep being around them. I do not see the need to keep trusting. Okay, I do not see the need to keep hanging around them. Trust is a key thing. I cannot trust you with my pain because I don't know if you will use that pain against me tomorrow. So what is the point of being friends with me, of being friends with you, if I cannot trust you? Which brings me to the next point. If we are friends today and we are no longer friends tomorrow, kindly keep whatever we talked about in confidence, confidential. I don't expect you to go telling everybody about what we've been talking about when you were friends. And I'm sure even there are other friends you'll be telling about what we talked about when you were friends. sees you as the threat. They might not fully trust you because they know you have a running mouth. Like, why should I tell you something and all you tell me about is what the other person said, what the other person didn't do or do? Doesn't make sense. And that's not how friendships are created. I need to trust you with what I tell you. And the only way I can trust you with what I tell you is by how you talk to me about other people, because I'm sure I'm not your own friends. You have other friends. Something else is about being there for the other person, not just when they are in distress, but then even when they are happy and they want to share their joy. Like, if I achieve something today, I am sure I want to tell my friends. I am sure I want to celebrate with my friends my achievements. So if I cannot think about you when I'm happy, then you know that I am not your true friend. If the list of the people I want to call when I'm happy does not include you, then know that you're not my friend. A true friend knows that you are there in the good and the bad times. But then it's okay if your friends are not always around, because we are adults. We are busy. And it's okay if we don't call every day, but then whenever we call and talk, we talk as if we just talk every day, because we are real, because we are friends. There is a lot to learn about friendship, and if we talked about this topic, we will talk. If we kept talking about this topic, we would talk about it the whole night. So let me not make it too long for you. Why don't you comment below and say some of the things you feel work for adulthood friendship. Till next time, bye.